Alrighty guys, so we're going to be jumping into NL-10. I also want to let you guys know that I'm going to be using the support. I'm going to be using Blaze, and that's because I actually looked up a guide from Cookie Kazi. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably frown against guides, and I totally understand that. I have been working my way through this event without using a guide, and I've been really happy that I've gotten so far, but there's just a lot of things that went into this specific battle that I felt like I could make the progress of killing the actual Blood Knight, like the boss. But then I fell short when it came to the archers and everything else. And I just feel like my account's in a position where I need to make every decision correctly in order to pass something like this, because unfortunately a lot of my units are E1s. And so whenever I get to a point where I lose a certain unit, because I've invested so many resources in fighting the boss, I end up losing the entire game or round. Because there's nothing else I can do. Like, there's not a lot of wiggle room on my account right now because of where I'm at level wise. It's not like I can just kind of bullheadedly go towards something, because I don't have a lot of E2 units and stuff like that. So whenever I fail, it kind of sucks. So I did end up looking at a guide just because time restraints. But with that being said, it's not like I look up guides and then I just mindlessly follow them. I definitely understand what's going on, and I tried very hard to do it on my own. It's just kind of a time restraint. So a lot of this stuff I'm just going to go ahead and explain while I'm doing it. So, of course, you have the knights that do come out, not the Blood Knight here, but the knights that have, the darkness. You can't have dark behind you. We've been dealing with that quite a bit during this whole duration. So you will see me put units in, facing ways and stuff like that to make sure that there's no dark behind them. So, it's not really a lack of, understanding the mechanics. I definitely understand the mechanics of a lot of the enemies. It was just an unfortunate kind of timing of trying to kill the boss and then dealing with everything else. Those archers, bro, are almost worse than the boss. I don't know if any of you agree with me on that one. So the idea, though, is the reason that I'm stacking kind of these defense units, if you're wondering what's kind of going on here, eventually this guy's going to walk out. He's going to stun my Blaze, and he's going to end up walking between everybody. And then that's where I'm going to do most of my damage. Now, the reason that I actually have Blemisshine here is these little shards that eventually come out. Blemishine going to take care of blocking those, because if those shards go back into him during his little invincible stage, he comes back, and then he goes back through stage or phase 1. That stuff made me so mad when I found out that he was going back through stage 1. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah, so it's really annoying. But the overall idea, like I said, I understood that I needed to get close up and personal with him. I also know that arch damage does more to him, and he has a less of a weakness, I guess you can say, to physical. I will eventually put XI out just for a little extra damage. She does do quite a bit of damage, even though he has kind of a buff against it, I guess you could say. But yeah, so we'll go ahead, we'll pop this out, we'll get rid of these big knights before I place anybody else, because I'll put a sniper over here, but there's a little dark spot you can see, so she'll die if I end up doing that. So we'll go like that, pop this, pop her over here, and then we'll go ahead and get everything ready for phase 2. So pop a couple of these alts. I do save some of the healing alts for scenarios where I think somebody's gonna die. For example, if I think Blaze is gonna die, I'll pop that real quick. But then, okay, so what needs to happen after this is I need to let it go. This is where it's a little bit different from what Cookie Kazi does. I actually put out my Radiant Knight and click. I just do it to make it a little bit more efficient killing this dude, get him out of the way. Kind of don't like looking at him. So basically Blaze can do it over a period of time. He can, she'll just sit there and beat the hell out of him. But I don't know. I just always found it easier to do it this way. So who ended up dying right there was actually my Radiant Knight, which is fine because she was going to get recalled anyway. Now, so it's kind of explaining this. This is what I was talking about, where I have the sniper over here to deal with this shard. There's only one that comes out at a time. And then we have Blaze to pretty much deal with this whole entire side. She's a beast, bro. I don't actually have her. So the fact that I was able to use her as a support just shows me how cool and efficient she is at clearing a lot of stuff. Because I was using, I think her name's Poplicker. I'm not necessarily sure how to say her name. It might be Popular. But she basically does kind of an AoE thing where she can attack people that she blocks. Everybody she blocks, she can attack, which is similar to what Blaze does. But Blaze does it way more efficiently. So that was kind of where I was falling short. It's just some of the different units. And like I said, guys, just the levels. So he's going to come back from his vulnerable stage, and he's going to do kind of a big hit. So that almost killed my Blemisshine, because I thought he was actually going to hit Beagle, but he was like, you know what? Screw Blem. I don't know what happened to that. So then we'll proc the guard or the defender here, kind of a high defense guard here, just to make sure that we're dealing with the archers. Now here's kind of a weird spot because I have to make sure that she's going to stay alive, because here in a minute she's going to get smacked by these archers. And so I've been using silence because I like her drones. I think they help out a little bit. But I also have to make sure Blaze stays alive, because if Blaze doesn't stay alive, then it's kind of GG. So unfortunately one of the shards went into him, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Oh, and I actually think that I just lost one of my guards. He's pretty close to being dead. I think Blimmy can... Yeah, okay. We're good. We're good. So we'll just let these archers walk up. I'm not going to worry about healing her too much. And this is kind of the bread and butter here. This is kind of where everything goes through. We make sure that, you know, nobody's walking through her, and they're not. And then these two dudes just bully the hell out of her for a couple of minutes, but they'll come back around. Yeah, so it took me a long time, man. A long time to get to this point. And I really don't like the fact that I had to use a guide. I really feel bad, honestly, because I haven't had to use one this entire event. And I was really striving to not be able to do it. And hopefully in the next event, I don't have to. But I'm open with you guys. I like to be transparent when I do use guides and stuff like that. But just understand, when I do use guides, it's not in a way like I'm just, you know, mindlessly doing it. Like, I'm paying attention to what I need to learn in order to kind of progress that knowledge forward. But anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Peace.